Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Moore?
I had them. I'll come back to you.
No questions, but just something to note. I feel like you're trying to rush into this too much because you want to be perfect on it. Don't rush. Slow down. Oftentimes, when you slow down, it gives you a better chance to perfect the move. The move doesn't mean anything if you're doing it sloppy and fast.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd rather see you do it slow and get it right, get it perfect, than see you do it fast and sloppy.
And that's another thing too, because I noticed I had to rush to keep up with you. It's your test, so I'll let you do it however you want to do it. Pass or fail, that's up to you, right? But if I'm having the rush to keep up with you, it probably means you should slow down. But I'm not going to tell you, so you need to keep track of your own pace.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, again, I'm with Master on this. I do feel that it is your test. Do it at your pace. I see where you're coming from with the breathing and stuff. But sometimes if you slow it down, it's gonna help you do your moves even better. The faster you do it, if you can't breathe, it's gonna be harder to lift your legs. It's gonna be harder to throw the punches. That's something I had to deal with. It helps to slow things down because again, we're grading on you, not how fast you're doing it, not how slow, fast, whatever. We're grading it on how you do it. So slow it down a little bit, and it should be good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So when you're doing the moves, I try to do the moves as I breathe. So every breath that I exhale connects with the punch, either the reverse punch or a kick. And when I breathe in, it's like when you have to learn how to kind of like time it together, synchronize. And that way you don't run out of breath so quick.
Yes, sir.
You
Thank
save
you.
a lot of energy. Also on your blocking, you got bend down a little bit more when doing the low blocks, then you get kind of stiff.
You do this.
Yeah.
You can't do this, right? Unless I tell you otherwise. You can do whatever you need to do to pass your test, right?
Oh, so when you're doing your form, you want to really keep it under like one speed, because you're going fast, super fast, and then you like kind of slow down, but you're still fast. You're still like you said, you're rushing through it, but it's good solid form. The punches and everything is strong and sturdy, but when you're going through trying to make the whole fluid movement, it's like fast and then it slows down, fast and slows down.
Anything you'd like to know about your techniques?
Four was a little sloppy.
One thing you got wrong on almost all of them until the very end, your key-ups. Your key-up is no good if you go, key-up! All your strength goes into your punch. Key-up! Right?
Yes, sir.
Key up when you hit, whether it's with your last foot or your last hand. That's your finishing move.
Can I note something?
Yes.
On 4, your balance was off. I don't know if you felt that. Also, your arms were out here. Your chest was wide open. Do watch when you throw your punches and then you do the kicks. I did it too. You pull back when you're pulling your arms back, and your arms are not staying in your fighting form.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold
Right?
it tight.
Keep your arms inside.
Other than that, you have improved tremendously a lot on your kicks. Very strong. They look like they can hurt someone. The balance issues, you have to practice a little bit more on doing the first kick, and then do that little leapfrog, I call it leapfrog, and then the second kick. Because the first kick, you throw it you anchor it out there that it throws you off balance. So when you want to do the second kick, that's what comes out short. The first one is good, but the second one will never land anything. And you want both of them to land.
On the rape scenario one, she did hesitate, and I did see it. I think it's because you didn't want to hit him. But it was a hesitation. In real life, if that was happening, you really don't want to hesitate.
Yeah, even though it's practice or testing, they're testing your ability, you have to show at least some commitment, like James says, like really put your effort into it to where at least if you don't want to hurt them that bad, you could just throw them, the whole point of it is to get away from the situation. You don't have to go brawl, if you get him, on his back, and say, how you like it, it's all about keeping yourself safe. Once you get him off, if you can run. But if you think that you need to disable him to give yourself a little bit extra time, you better learn how to execute it quickly.
Along with what I told Mr. Moore, breathing. I know breathing sucks. It's really hard to do when you're fighting. Do try your best. Like Mr. Hahn was saying, when you come back from doing your techniques, that's when you breathe.
Like this.
Yeah. And granted, it is hard not to breathe in the middle of it. Try to breathe after, because it also gives you more strength in it.
Yeah, like he said earlier too. When you're doing a movement, you want it to flow with it, to connect. So every time you're punching, you're actually breathing out. That's the whole point of Kion. So when you pull back that reverse punch back in, to protect yourself, you're breathing in, giving yourself that split second of wind back, so you can continue on. So every time you go, so when you punch, right, so if it's repetitive movements, then you really gotta work on your cardio, and that way you know how to actually synchronize your breathing, or else you're just gonna get outwinded real quick. And if you see yourself sweating like a storm, and that was just only like on 30 seconds of a fight, you're breathing, you're not breathing right. You're causing your body to overheat and like it's gonna give out. I think try to use your punching more or evenly, because you're nothing but kicks, so you're leaving yourself wide open, and you're not like really protecting your face, your chest and up.
Yes, sir.
If you would throw more combos in there, you'll be able to actually balance out like your balance, with a side kick or even with a back kick, and you come around with a backhand, then you actually saving your balance. So you got strong footing, because your kicks are kind of like, if I was able to even block one of your kicks really hard, deflect them, I throw you off balance real quickly. So you have to come back with another, with a second maneuver. That way it saves your balance, Because I see when when you try to do the low kick, you know, it kind of like, you know, you throw yourself down. And when you find an opponent, you know, you don't really have to be so much up in their grill, because they can take you out as easily as you can take them out. You know, the distance is always the key, and it's always the best, because then it gives you a little bit more time to block and react. You know, and it saves yourself, you know, from any other harm. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Hahn?
Mostly just reading and blocking, keeping your arms up and not being wide open. Your kicks are doing really good. Your punches are good. You're strong.